Let's talk about max effort lower training. The max effort lower training session could be also called a heavy lower training session. The max effort method is the best and fastest way to increase your absolute strength and maximal amount of force that you're able to produce in that position, because your body only responds to the demands placed upon it. When an athlete maxes out on a lift, he is improving his inter and intramuscular coordination. This is a key component for any athlete in every sport. It is always going to be beneficial to generate high amount of force in a short amount of time from your lower half. Always remember that strength is never a weakness. No coach has ever said that he doesn't like an athlete because he is too strong. On this training day, we're going to start with the warm-up targeting the muscle groups that we're going to be using that day. After the warm-up is complete, we're going to move on into the main lift. We'll usually alternate weekly between a deadlift variation, a squat variation, or a lunge variation. We're going to work up to a 1 rep, 3 rep, or 5 rep max on that variation for that lift that we're doing that week. When this is done and coached correctly, it is just as safe to train this way as it is in a high rep training session. When an athlete has a lot of reps on their program, for example, 4 sets of 10, then usually by rep 8 to 10, or in the 3rd to 4th set, their form drastically begins to break down. This can and will eventually lead to injury. When our athletes lift heavy, we'll end the training session when form begins to break down. At that point, the coach training the athlete is able to see where his weaknesses are and what muscle groups need to be targeted for his accessory work. After the main movement, we're going to go into plyometric work. I like this because we go from training one end of the force velocity curve to the complete opposite end. The max effort work is for training maximal force, and the plyometric work trains explosive power. Both aspects are needed to be an elite athlete. For our plyometric work, we stick to one exercise for about 3 weeks. Every week, we're going to bump up the weight, volume, or band tension being used. After the 3 weeks ends, we're going to switch up that plyometric work for a different type of lift. Training like this helps the athlete achieve the desired training effect while avoiding the law of accommodation and without overworking the athlete's body. After plyometric work is completed, we're going to move into the accessory lifts. These are programs specific to the athlete's needs and weaker muscle groups. Most of the time, we're going to be attacking that posterior chain: hamstrings, calves, glutes, hips, lower back. It's important to switch these accessory lifts up occasionally as well so the athlete avoids accommodation on these lifts. This becomes tricky because you want to switch it up with their workouts, but you don't want too much variation, especially as a non-advanced athlete. This is a very basic and quick overview of a max effort lower training session. Comment or DM me if you have any questions.